Hey, welcome to this radio channel, and we're going to continue on talking a little bit about shortwave radio for the beginner. I was talking a little bit about what I would do and the tools that I would use to tune around the international broadcast band. Of course, you got to check out your local time. Is it darkness outside or not? These are the will decide what frequency ranges you're trying to listen to also. Now, one of the things that I often like to do is no list, no nothing. I just have the radio with me and I tune around. And I tune around everywhere. Now, one of the things that a lot of people don't do, because I often get this comment on videos of very unusual catches that I have. Wow, that's cool. How did you get this? Or how did you, it's so amazing that you caught this by accident. Well, it's because one of the things that I do a lot, and I mean it's more than half of my radio listening time, I tune around everywhere. So for example, now it's 20:45 UTC. It's 4:45 p.m. late afternoon here, so the sun is going to set only in 4 hours, so we're pretty much in daylight here. So what I would like to do sometimes when I, do that is, okay, considering that we're late afternoon and all of that, I'm going to start tuning around, say, maybe 10 megahertz and up. So I'll, punch in 10 megahertz on my radio, or 10,000 kilohertz, and I'll tune everywhere. And I mean, not just international broadcast bands. I'll start at 10 and I'll go up slowly, seeing what I can listen to. Now, one of the tricks that I use when I'm out of the international broadcast bands, I always put my radio into upper sideband mode. You don't have upper sideband, doesn't matter. Just put it in sideband mode. And you know what? You start tuning around in search of signals. And see what you can hear. So you just go around, I like doing this type of tuning. And stopping at whatever I hear, and of course lots of it is interference. Now I'm starting a little low since it's late afternoon, but there's still pretty much a lot of daylight left. But I don't want to miss anything, so I want to make sure that even though I am tuning around, that I'm not going to miss out on some unusual signal or anything. But you know what? I go around and I listen to everything that I hear. Every time I hear a little chip or chirp when I'm tuning, I'll go back and I'll see, okay, what is it? So this is obviously a local interference here. And here there's a little something. It's not very strong, but you can see the importance of tuning slowly. If you hear that very faint, this is, I believe, the Royal Air Force weather from England. So I'm tuning it around. It's very weak, but it's there. And I'm only using telescopic. When I get to an international broadcast band, usually what I'll do, I'll put the radio back in AM mode and tune the international broadcast band in AM mode, because that's where the stations are pretty much all in AM. This is Caribbean Beacon, for example. So this is Saudi Arabia. Brothers there. And this is, sounds like Radio Romania, just by the voice of the announcer. Here I'm going to kick in sing detection to try to improve the signal. Try to listen to it. So this is a broadcast of Radio Romania, probably. Of course, when you're an international broadcast band, maybe what you could do is go and check your list, see what station this could be. But, you know, I won't necessarily stop on a broadcast, and I'll continue on. And continue on. Of course, when I get out of the international broadcast band, once again, back into sideband, because most of the utility signals will be better received in this sideband mode. And even though you might think, well, I've tuned dozens of times, 12 megahertz range, there's nothing there, or weird signals, I don't know what it is. Never stop. Always go back, because that's how you stumble across some unusual signals sometimes. So that's another way I'll tune around. Just have fun tuning everywhere. Switching between sideband when I'm listening to out of international broadcast bands. Going back into AM mode when I fall into an international broadcast band. Part of the fun. So here we go. This is aviation weather.
Wind 320 degrees, 12 knots. Visibility more than 6 miles. Ceiling 800 broken. 1,000.
And it's pretty amazing what you can hear sometimes. Now I'm back into an international broadcast band. I'm going to put my radio back in AM mode. And here's Radio Romania. And by the way, we're going to try 15170. I think it's also on. Oops. 15170. 15170. Nothing there, so 13650. This, I believe, is to North America.
Narrow streets, impressive museums, old buildings, and large parks offer a great city break destination.
So have fun listening to the radio. That's how I'm going to tune around, usually. And have a lot of fun listening to stations. Now, you're telling yourself, okay, well, I did that, but I didn't hear a lot. You know what? Try it again after 30 minutes. Try it again after an hour. You know, sometimes I'll jump bands. I'll go, for example, okay, I don't hear that much. I'll go into the medium wave band and see what I can hear in the local stations, and also maybe a little farther away stations on the medium wave. And, you know, do a listen there, or the FM band a little bit. After an hour, or 45 minutes, I'll go back, and I'll go back tuning again. Things can change a lot in 30 minutes on shortwave. So you can go from I don't hear nothing to, you know, an hour later hearing dozens of signals. But that's another way that I'm tuning around the bands. Just going around, alternating single sideband in between the international broadcast band, going back into AM mode for the international broadcast bands, and just enjoying the radio listening. So hope you enjoyed these little tips and tricks, and I'll have more of those. I'm going to post a few more videos of, you know, ways that I listen to shortwave, and kind of try to give you the feel of how I do things, and maybe some of these tuning around and the ways that I do my own listening might give you ideas about things you didn't think about. So have fun with that shortwave radio.
Architecture. It is rectangular in shape with a ground and a top floor and an inner court. The principal front of the palace, which faces onto the main square of the city, today's Union Square, has a loggia with 7 columns with Corinthian capitals, above which stands the Banfi family coat of arms. stone statues of the ancient gods Hercules, Apollo, Mars, Minerva, Diana, and Perseus also decorate the building. But beyond the historic and cultural landmarks of Cluj-Napoca, it is worth mentioning that in 2015 the city was chosen European Capital of Youth. Cluj-Napoca is also one of the 4 Romanian cities having submitted their candidacies for the title of European Capital of Culture in 2021.